Ole, why your music is public on the news like that? What?
What's up, everyone? This is the Scoped Exposure podcast. Thanks again for tuning in. I was thinking this morning as I was leading up to this call about, there was a huge shift when we started to do interviews for the show over Zoom. And the main reason of that is because COVID started and we couldn't do things in person. And I've always thought about like, oh man, I wish I could do more interviews in person. And while that's still a want, I can't deny the cool factor of being able to interview people literally around the world. Some people on literally the opposite side of where I'm at. And that's kind of the vibe for this interview. And one I've been trying to set up for a long, long time, but I'm really happy we're finally here. I am beyond excited to be welcoming Ole and Mike from Whispers, all the way from Thailand. Thank you both for coming on the show today.
Yeah, what's good, guy?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we've been trying to set this up for a minute. So, I think as we're getting later into the interview, I think the day will turn over because it's 9:30 where I'm at and it's almost midnight where you guys are at.
Yeah, cross.
Yeah, it's the challenge of trying to be setting these things up. And I'm not sure who I was talking in the DMs, but you guys were all for doing it this late for you because you guys are night owls, it sounds like.
Yeah.
As far as like the people that are watching versus just listening to this, like where are you guys like calling in from? Like tell me about like the space you're in right now.
It's a 910 market. So now we stay in a Gap from Holding On Record. He owned the store, Vintage. As also me, I'm do the Vintage store too. Not same store, but not far from here, like the next 4 or 5 rooms.
Okay.
If you guys come to Thailand and you want to see like vintage thing, like vintage clothing, recommend this market, 910 market, Sinakarin, that we stay now.
Yeah. There's a bunch of cool stuff in the wall that I'm very curious about. So is it kind of a mix of like streetwear as well as like music stuff, or is it kind of only one of those two things?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And actually, here it's kind of like the food, the thing, like the old military stuff. Like I think all kind of vintage thing. Huh? Even like antique stuff, like so far, something like that. Yeah, I think everything
yeah.
Vintage.
Yeah,
there's a vibrant like vintage scene all throughout North America, like people doing like live streams for vintage band shirts as well as like random stuff. So it's cool to see that like all the way where you're at as well.
I can say like some of the Thai people they pay much more money for like lap tee vintage. They pay like crazy.
Yeah.
I only know one time they sold for 50,000 maybe. Let me check first.
Right.
Yeah. I gotta check in dollar. Like almost like $5,000.
Oh wow. Okay. So 4-6. Yeah, because like, what's the currency in Thailand?
32 baht for $1.
Oh, okay. But what's the actual currency called? I'm just converting it to Canadian on my end.
It's baht.
Baht, yeah, baht.
Oh.
Thai baht.
Oh, Thai. Oh, BAHT. Oh, okay.
Yeah, BAHT.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So it was like 5,000. Okay, so that's like 5,000 baht is about 200 Canadian dollars.
No. It's a 150 and 30.
Oh, 15000. Oh, 600 Canadian. Oh, we have to add another. That's crazy.
Yes, man. Sorry for
No,
that.
it's all good. I'm learning so much in the first few minutes of this podcast as far as how expensive people are buying some stuff from that store. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like they form like a least family or not. I'm not sure with that, but they do like a good thing. Maybe they YouTubers or something. Like they like a big money, so they can spend money like that, man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. For me, like maybe it's just being a hardcore kid where it's like buying a $20, $30 shirt. And it's just like it goes through so much wear and tear through moshing and going to so many shows. So I can't think about buying a $6,000 t-shirt.
Okay, for mine, I think he often like got like got the shirt at the show because he away like wear the old vintage t-shirt in the show. So that happened to him like every time. Last time he show at the Siam Lido, he wear Entomb bed and Entomb, you know the Entomb death metal?
Yes.
Yeah. That he ripped the shirt.
Oh, no dice. Mike, how many shirts have you ripped in your time in hardcore?
Like 3 or 4.
And I'm sure those are shirts that you actually care about. They're not. Yeah,
but that's fine. It's hardcore.
Yeah, it's hardcore. Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, I'm really excited to chat with you both. I feel like the vibes are already off to a good pace. But before we get into any of the music chats, it's tradition to check a bev here on the show. So tell me what you guys are bringing, drink wise for the interview today.
We didn't cola, just cola.
Cola. Okay. Just straight up, no diet. Oh, what's that? That's not cola.
I'm a cola zero.
Cola zero. Okay.
Me is
a Lipton.
Lemon iced tea.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
I got sick a little bit. Like
but I'm do smoke.
Yeah.
We do smoke. Yeah, we smoke weed. Yeah, the thing that.
Okay. And we all know when you get sick, you have to drink iced tea.
Oh, that's it.
That's very cool. I got something I spotted at the grocery store just the other day, so it will be the first time I try this, so we'll see. So it's called the brand is called Joy Burst, and it's like an energy drink. But it's like peach mango.
Peach mango.
Yeah.
Sick.
So yeah, great flavor, no sugar. But it has natural caffeine. So that's always a little like, how true is that? But that's what I'm going to be drinking for the show today.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Well, dude, cheers to both of you. I'm really excited to do this.
Cheers.
I'm jealous. You guys actually got to cheers, and I'm just cheersing through my laptop stream. But, maybe we'll be cheersing a bev one day. So I don't know if you guys got to check out any of the other podcasts that we've done, but any new guest that comes here on the show, I always like to get a bit of like the origin story about how they got onto listening to hardcore music. Mike, let's start with you. Tell me, and we'll do it kind of like person by person, then we'll talk about the whisper stuff. But Mike, tell me about like the first time you heard heavy music.
Heavy music, not hardcore, right?
Yeah. Unless it was hardcore that you were listening to first, but
first for me is like the deathcore stuff, like metalcore, deathcore. That is easy to listen to that day, because I was just like 10 years. So yeah, every kid like listen to the Thai song, but I prefer the like a metal song.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah, 10 years old.
Yeah, that's very, very young.
Yeah, because we live in our homepage. It's like a hood. The house is very nearby the other's house. Mm-hmm. So each other in that hood. So I got one brother that brought me to listen to the metal one,
Yeah.
rock music,
Yeah.
the Thai underground
And
on that.
and were you finding out about it through like actual physical music, or were you seeing things online when it came to like the deathcore stuff?
For
For me.
my first time is from the CD.
Yeah, it's
It's
physical.
like just physical. Like
Yeah.
you can just only listen to it.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Okay. And yeah, then we'll figure out how we transition into like real deal hardcore. But Ole, like, what about you? Was it the same? Like, you just got a CD, or was it totally different?
When I'm start to listen like heavy music, I still recognize that because that is like it's a good time for me, you know. I'm like internet cafe kid, you know. Like I'm always spend my time at internet cafe to do like to play like game.
Right.
And that time they don't have like the headset, they only have the speakers.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm cafe, I'm enjoy with my game. And
you can listen to
the next with me, the next for me is my friends, my close friends. He listened to the song from Linkin Park. I still recognize that video because the song is a paper card.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the video make me like feel like scared, but the song is feel like, oh fuck, that's so.
Yes.
So I asked him like, yo, bro, what kind of song that you listen? He say like, metal. He say like metal song. So he recognize, he introduced me to the band like Linkin Park, and that time is a worldwide, is a website like Linkin Park website.
Mm-hmm.
When you go that to that website, they have like a playlist for the Linkin Park song. So I start to listen all the song. And he is the first guy to introduce me to like Slipknot. So after that, I really love Joey Jordison. The first thing that I try to learn the instrument is the drums, because man, I love Joey Jordison really much, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything, like he bang the drum right really fast. The bump pedals, like crazy things. And I think that video is like Joey. His drum, his drum is lift up, and I don't know.
Yes, when the drum stage rises, and then he would be like drumming upside down. Yes, iconic shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He bought my friend bought me to his house and showed this CD, and we see that video and like, oh man, that time I'm maybe 10 or 11, and that time make me feel like, oh, this stuff kind of like really crazy.
Right.
I kind of that time. Yeah.
That's very cool. So I love that you said that you first were hearing about heavy music because you were at an internet cafe, which like we have a pretty we have a wide demographic of people that listen to this, but we have a lot of young people that listen to this podcast, and all those young people are like, internet cafe, like what is that? And it's like, that is such a thing of the past. But I'm old enough to remember, like, oh, you're going to a place that has like giant ass computers and you're putting money in to check your email or watch YouTube videos. I remember that vividly.
We both from like Lilliput family. We can't afford to buy like computers because in that time it's really expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We spend the time in the cafe.
Yeah.
Most of the day.
If we don't go to internet cafe, we go to like a comic. Like comic thing, Japan comic, and like that we try to read that a lot.
Like a link for the book.
When I'm listening to Linkin Park, I'm start to listen to Thai band. They sound like really at that time they sound like Linkin Park, like Cash. A lot of Thai band, but in that time we don't know that sound. They call like new metal or something like that.
Yeah.
Because really young, we just know like, oh, that the sound like heavy is rock,
It's rock.
really rock music like that.
Yeah. And a lot of people have come on the podcast to say, like, I was listening to Metallica and then I would hear Marauder and it all at the time sounded, it all is just like heavy, right? But then you start to learn like, oh, there's way differences between those two things.
Really, really different.
Yeah. Yeah, but man, I think out of the 250 plus podcasts I've done, no one's brought up an internet cafe as far as their hardcore origin stories. So that's very, very cool. So Mike, let's jump back to you. So like you're first finding out about like this deathcore stuff that you were talking about. When did like real deal hardcore come into the picture?
Oh shit. Actually, I have my own band. I actually have the own band that play like a metalcore and deathcore things. I remember that I cover like the Baghdadi murder on that time. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, Suicide Silence. But so like 10 years ago, I got one show that I have to tour with the hardcore band like Ole band. Yeah.
Oh, you were touring with Ole's band.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Different. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so that's how you two met, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
At that time, I decided to
we smoke the weed together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoke the weed together. So so Thai people, when we smoke that, it's like we on tour, and we just like make it like circle, and we smoke and pass one by one. Smoke the bong, and we talk a lot like, hey, how are you? Like how the past, like what do you think? Like that.
We just only in the high school on that time.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Decide after that tour over, I decide to listen to all the shit hardcore things.
Yeah.
Because I love hardcore friends, so I start listen, but I'm not start to make a band. I just only listen to it, and
Right.
Yeah, and then I have moved to the university, and unfortunately, I met Ole. At the same
Ole was waiting for you at the university as well?
Different section.
Yeah, but different section. But we always met at the university, so we first start at the university.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And you know, like we're jumping around a little time wise, but Ole, when it came to you seeing this Linkin Park, and then you go through their discography, and then you start to discover Slipknot. When was like the shift on real deal hardcore for you? Like, because it sounds like without you going on that hardcore tour, Mike might not have found out about it. So like, I want to know the start point for you with that.
I think around like 2009, 2010. I'm listening the stuff kind of like Big Me the Horizon, As I Lay Dying, and like I'm so like young kid in that time. I try to, when I go to like school, I try to sing like that in front of the rooms, like one of my friends inside the rooms, he know like, oh, you listen to Bring Me the Horizon. And he introduced me a lot of the stuff. In that time, that guy listen like Abu death metal, black metals, and all kind like that, like thrash metal. Even me in that time, I only know like Bring Me the Horizon stuff like that, because I love like heavy things from the Slipknot.
Yeah.
Listen to Slipknot. So he say in Thailand they have show. They have the underground music show. They told me that, and I asked him like where we gonna go there. So he brought me to the show, and like everything changed on that time for me. Like I see my way. I don't know how to say, but it's like I'm so enjoy when I go to the show. I don't know like how they do like in that time. I
Right.
don't know, but I know like, oh man, that is feel like spiritual, you know. I don't
Totally.
know.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, that guy is feel like, oh, this song is hit him so hard that's why he have to go out and do like, let's
Mhm.
go.
Right.
That. And I start to learn everything from that.
Mm-hmm.
And because before that, I'm learn that I told you that I start to first learn from the drum,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not doing that. And I have my friends that he have the band in the same music school. He don't have the band list, so I moved to pay the band list.
That's it.
Yeah, the bass, you know.
Oh, okay. The bassist. Yes. Okay.
Okay, and in that time, I learned about more like punk stuff, like Green Day, like Pink 182, and it's mean like I listen more international band,
Sure.
like rock music, more Keith, Oasis, Radiohead, like all the guys. So because I need to practice with the song to make it good for bellies. So after that I go to the underground music show.
Your first show.
Yeah, like that. I try to start the band.
Sure.
So some people they asking they want the guitar. So I start to learn like some of like my brothers. He told me like if you want to play the song like Divi Web Para or something, you have to tuning the guitar to like dub C. And
Oh, yeah.
I start to know like, oh, that's why I try to play the guitar like that, but not like same because it's not the same tuning.
Right.
So yeah, and he showed me he showed me to play like Asbat Landback in Dying Day or all kind like a deadcore and metalcore stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I learned from that. So I have the one band that I play like Suicide Silent or something like that. But I'm not good with the band. We do just like 6 months or 7 months and then we done because some of us he have to another band. So I'm not worried with that. So that time I moved to like hardcore music because really love and enjoy to mosh pit.
Right.
Yeah. When you listen to like deathcore stuff, sometimes I'm bored with the bad music in that time when I was young. Like, oh, it's too boring. And I need like June because I want to mosh pit.
And like it's different scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
What? Okay. In one show, we have like a punk, pop punk band, deathcore, death metal band, a brutal bands, a metalcore, a skimos, emo, everything. Yeah.
Not only for the hardcore band that they marching hard like that.
Yeah. In first, we know it's hardcore music. We in Thailand we have a legendary band with the band names Born from Pain.
Yeah.
The same with the European bands. The same name. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, I've heard that name before, but like, I didn't think that they were from Thailand, but I guess there's another one.
Yeah. They have another one from Europe. Yeah. So I see like a hardcore kid. They do like stage diving, mosh pit, and
sing along.
Sing along. That look cool. You know, they look awesome. That's why.
Only can do this.
Like they have one song they sing along about the hardcore is in my butt.
Yeah.
And
that.
Yeah, just only that, and everyone like jump to the stage and hardcore is in my butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it looked to me like, oh
like
man, awesome.
First time hardcore band that every kid have to listen to.
Yeah. But Ole, to your credit, like the first real hardcore show that I went to, it was like in a really tiny like church basement, and people are like desperately climbing over each other and knocking up the ceiling tiles just to grab the mic to sing a couple
Yeah.
lyrics, and at the same time, like PA systems are getting pushed, and I'm like catching them alongside all these other people. So that like spiritual or that like overtaking experience that you mentioned is like, yeah, like I think once you witness that and realizing like the older you get, like that doesn't really exist. Like there's different versions of having like a really like moving experience if you're just like at a Radiohead show, but not the same as like a hardcore show where it's like there's like something that there's an energy in the room that like overtakes people to act like irresponsible or like just dive without thinking about the consequences about who catches them or not. Yeah, so that's very cool to see. And it's funny to also hear that like you moved around from so many different instruments. You started in drums, then went to bass and then guitar. So, you know,
Yeah.
if cloning was a thing, you know, you could start your own band with just Oles.
I can't. I'm not good. I'm not good with anything. Even guitar, I'm also not good. I'm not much know like any scale. I can't do the solo. When I writing the song, it's like I failed it.
No, well, you know, hardcore is a thing where it's like, you know, there's a lot of not good hardcore bass players, guitarists, and drummers, you know. But I think that's awesome that people can just like I've literally started bands with people that are like, I don't know how to play this instrument, but we'll just figure it out before the time of our first show. But I'm the same.
Yeah.
I'm in the same camp as you. I'm a rhythm guitar player, and I like the songwriting aspect. But like, if you ask me to bust out like the fattest solo ever, that's gonna impress like Herman Lee of Dragon Force, I'm like, maybe ask someone else.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. So yeah, so it's been really interesting to hear some of that stuff. But going back, I think Ole, you were mentioning the DIY show of all of that. Is that something that's like, I'm not sure how like we've been talking about all these like bigger artists, and I'm not sure how often they would be coming to play like a huge like stadium or venue like that. Is it majority of the stuff that both of you were going to was like DIY shows that were like set up in random places?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
We only got
Actually, last 10 years, like 2010, is that they call the split is a nightclub. It's a nightclub. They have the two section. Like first floor is a ordinary nightclub, but second floor they have like a big space. And some like promoters can say that promoters? Yeah, it's promoters. Promoters they rent to that. I think I'm not sure with the cost, but when I go to the show, I often to go there, and because that place is not far from my homes, and they usually pay some time in different space. I'm not because of some place that far I can't go.
We cannot do like the music hall or something like this. Big venue on that time because it's like a DIY show. So we got like 100 people, something like that. So we can do a small one.
Yeah,
and I think I can say is in Thai underground music is used to be like one show that I recognize they have like 300 people. And that time the show is an Annalene show. It's really crazy, man. It's like a big circle, really big circle. And I think in that time, like I think 30 people, Mosh pit in that time, like all the stuff, crazy. Yeah.
We got like the Lock Festival too.
Yeah,
something like that we can made in the like the stadium one.
Right.
Yeah, or big.
We got that too. But
not
it's
often.
Not often.
Yeah. And arguably, I do think that like when you see like usually that energy that we were talking about a little bit before, usually that is happening in the basement or in the garage or in like a really like obscure spot where you're almost like ultra aware of your surroundings that much more versus like, oh, we're just at a bar or or like a music venue that like, you know, it's just kind of normal.
Yeah, in our country we can't do like that
Mhm.
because we got in from like others for sure, from like the neighborhoods or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think when I had, this was a while ago, but I had Dahlia from Fuse, which is also or I think they're from Indonesia, which is kind of like in the same pocket. But when she was on the podcast, she was saying like, yeah, like we can't have like basement jam spaces because like all of the noise and the congestion of people. So it sounds like it's the same for y'all.
Yes,
it's
right.
same. It's the
That's
same.
right.
Yeah.
I think it's Asian
Yeah.
Asian culture, something like that.
Yes.
Right. Cool. So let's move to like to Whispers. So like talk to me about like the origin of that band, because at the time of recording this, all that you guys have put out is like the 2021 EP and then a single at the very end of last year. So talk to me about like the idea of starting that band, how you wanted to do it, and why did you want to do it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Start. We M have the me and S drummers.
Our drummers.
Our drummers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm do the band. They in hardcore band. We pay the style like hard style in that time like Beatle Thought like Warha or something, some like a beat. And because I have to go to the university, we don't have much time, so we just
break up.
Yeah, we just break
Yeah.
up.
So Ole and the drummer, our drummer, got
Yes.
the hardcore band before,
Got you. Yeah.
and then they break up. Yeah, and Ole got to the university to meet me.
Yeah, the same university.
Yeah, so Ole and I start to talk like, yo, we want to do like the
Start
hardcore
the band, something
because
like that.
because I break up my band too.
Right.
So yeah, me too. So yeah, I have talk and I hang out with Ole.
If like a lot of time,
Yeah.
we often hang out together, like chill out to
Yeah.
the night to
Yeah.
like the market like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And then I start to
He asking
let Ole to like, yo, you got friend to do like a drum
or something.
guitar bass something,
Mhm.
because I don't have. Yeah.
So-
And แล้วก็
เดี๋ยวกูพูดเอง
อ่ะ
Okay. Actually, the guy, the guitar solo, we should have to all the credit for him because he done a lot of the band for the hardcore music in Thailand.
Mhm.
yeah,
He named it Nung.
it's mean one.
Yeah.
Yeah, หนึ่ง
Yeah, in
Oh,
Thai.
Okay.
it's mean one. And
Okay.
หนึ่ง got like that.
I love the hardcore band.
Yeah, a lot of
I'm making like more like hardcore band in that time with Nung. Like we want to play like breakdown from New York hardcore.
Mhm.
Like breakdown, like four orders, minors. We just start to make a band like that.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
หนึ่ง is like our brother because
Very
he
good.
he is the oldest
The oldest, yeah.
oldest on the band. So and หนึ่ง is a famous guy too. Yeah, on that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's because his band is very famous.
You can check
Yeah.
the band.
Yeah.
He because he's straight edge
Yeah.
and he do the band called Monument X.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the youth.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, like, how old is that band? Like, could I find them on Spotify, or they're like a Bandcamp only kind of thing?
It's not like 2014. Whisper, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not too old. So it's X
Yeah.
Monument. Is that?
Monument X.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You might have to send that link to me after so I can properly listen to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you start to assemble you know, the Whisper Avengers, the team of people that are gonna do this. You know, when did you guys start like writing? Because the you know the EP came out like kind of like I think it was early 2021. So like it's still kind of in this time where it's like lockdowns are happening and people are unsure about like is it worth it to release music. So talk to me about when you started writing it and then when it came time to send it out.
นรกบนดิน right yeah
Or just our first EP.
Yes. Yeah. Which how do I actually pronounce it correctly? It
Narok Bondin.
Naruk Bondin?
นรก
Yeah,
Naruk Bondin.
Narok.
Okay. I have to say it
Naruk.
fast to say it correctly, I think.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk to
Um,
me about like when you started writing, because again, that's your first release. So like y'all came like, you know, like didn't hold no punches. You came like fucking swinging. So like talk to me about that like making sure it was right. You know, before
you
putting it
say
out.
is like 2014 that we start the band. We have like first like Love Live Life.
Mhm.
Yeah. And after that, maybe 2018, we have to break up.
it's like a last show
Yeah, last show isn't break up because in that time we stay like last year in the city, and me and Mike have to focus on that.
Sure.
So we have to make
like a
yeah just take a break,
take a break
like that.
Yeah.
and then
we just got back in like 2019 something.
in the turnstile show
Yeah, on the Turnstile show in Bangkok.
Okay.
Yeah, 18
19
I'm not sure. I'm not sure with the year. But we in that time when we got to group up together back again. We just do like demo. Yeah, we just do one demo, and we start because why I have to like this because this demo is the way of the Rock Bondin.
Okay.
And all the song that the writing by Nung, because in that time another guitar Nung, if not me, he
Okay.
writing all the, and when we listen it, I think we should making more thing, like we can do it better.
yeah
So
like we do it seriously
yeah, we try to do like more seriously with the more products from us.
Yeah.
In like we start to record everything in 2020.
yes
Yeah, and
yeah
we when it's like we have to collect the song because we just picking like 2 songs from the demo, and we writing more for 3 songs. It's like 3 songs that we writing more is like Chaos Beast, Morbid Vision, and Hell on Earth.
Right.
yeah
So just a quick, so you had a 2-song demo prior to the EP. Are those 2 songs like online? Did you like put it out and then take it down, or like at least on Spotify it's only the EP, but I'm just curious if like those are elsewhere, because I was trying to find them.
Yeah, I think it's everything, like even like for our first EP, we posted on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we made a decision from the 2 demos that we want to like
making more better.
Like these 2 song demo. So we on that time before we go to the studio, we got to like show a lot, so it's like not more than 100, but we still
it's
did
like
it.
Like
so
50 people on the show.
So on that time, in our attitude, like we have to make the music that bring the people come back here.
Come back to the show.
We
try to our best to do everything.
So that attitude made at like Nalok Bandin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So so there's almost like a not like a mission, but like there's an undertone that you're like, we want to be writing as good music to like grow our scene and get more people excited about stuff.
Everyone outside is can listen to it too.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
Used to show like all the people in our show, we know each other of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like because hard music is like we making friends, not like enemy or something like that.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to have like any beef with each others. Sometimes because some like a marching time, like they kick on some people or punching on some people, but we especially like Thai people, we try to like negotiate, you know, like
Yeah.
hey,
Sort it
sorry
out.
man.
Sort it out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
And that time five of us is like we listen to the same band,
yeah,
the same gens,
everything like that. We share with each others,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
I can say, man, I'm listening to Kickback a lot of stuff with the
Yeah.
Kickback, man.
Yeah, I think when I was looking up a few, you know, features and articles of you guys, like Kickback was always like the band that you guys like unapologetically like accredit, you know, inspiration wise. So I think that's very sick. There's a ton of Kickback fans up here in Western Canada where I'm at.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys gonna thinking about of that, but we really love the tone, man.
Yes.
We really enjoy with that
Yeah.
the sound about his singing or the rhythm. I love the rhythms
Yeah.
of the Kickback because when I listen it, I feel like it's a mixing with the hardcore and hip hop
Mhm.
because I really love that, and I try to express that from inside of my head.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely like parts of Arkmandin, like multiple songs where it's like, oh man, like there's so much groove aspects, but then it like ends with like the gnarliest breakdown I've ever heard. Like I know a breakdown is good, even though if I've heard it multiple times, like I think today I did a few rotations of that EP, but like every time a certain breakdown hits, I'm like, God, like I just like get so excited by how heavy it is. So I think you guys are nailing it on the head when it comes to that.
Sure.
Excellent.
Yeah. So so you're putting together these songs, you know, 2 from the demo, a few new ones. You put it out. In my opinion, Whispers is one of the few international bands on that side of the world. Maybe like I think the biggest one that we're seeing right now is like, you know, the one that I'm wearing, which is Speed. But like Australia and Thailand are like, you know, are close, but like, you know, still very much different scenes. So I've seen a lot of people like, you know, like I was checking the mutuals as far as like scoped exposure and the Whispers account. I was like, oh, okay, like so and so follows. And I've seen a lot of love from like the Northeast hardcore crew and like things like that. So like when you guys put it out, did that happen immediately where people like in North America who were listening to it, or was there a certain moment where you guys got exposed to that audience a little bit more through something?
At first, we never accept about
Yeah.
this. We never accept about that. For me, I'm really enjoy, man.
Yeah.
And I try to combine a lot of things in that time. Like you can hear that, like melody stuff or our stuff. I can just stop. I try. It's feel like an alchemist, you know. Like try to make it like it's my tone inside from the head like that. It's our enjoy and our pressure to do that.
Yeah.
That is all.
Yeah.
When we release that, we never accept about that.
Yeah.
And like we got like Sam Lotzing in DY4 from Singapore. He is the guy who sent our song to a lot of the people around the world,
Okay.
like the Strive from UK, like Dash from like LA, and I'm not sure, like a lot of the people from like USA and Europe.
This guy from Japan.
Yeah, this guy from Japan, like a lot of Japan people listen to our song after this. He done the record for the CD, and we sold out in the Japan, man. That's okay. So with that there.
We don't expect about.
Yeah, we never accept about that. Like all the people come to the show that we want to making like hardcore good again, because we have a good time with the hardcore music when I go up on the scene, and I want to making that to the next generation of Thai people who come to the hardcore show, to making more bands to life. For me, like that is all we want to do.
So we just wait and
for the next generation coming to the show.
Well, that's the thing, I think, for any scene, whether it's like a city, a province or state, or even an entire country, all it takes is one great band to put out like a great release that like exposes all these people to the rest of the scene there, right? So you're seeing a lot more. Speed is a band where it's like a lot of people are like, I haven't listened to an Australian heavy band since Parkway Drive, but like, Parkway Drive to Speed, that's a huge difference, right? But now people are like checking out the smaller bands like Winter Circle or AWOL or Primitive Blast, and you start to go down the rabbit hole. So a question I had for you is like, with all this, exposure to Thai bands and bands from Bangkok, let's do like a couple quick shout outs. So Mike, you shout out 2 bands, and then Ole, you can shout out 2 bands that are from your scene that you want to give some love to.
Yeah, for me, 2 bands, right? Yeah, so first one for sure, Deepest, the beat down from Bangkok, Thailand. Yeah, and Deepest is in the holding on record too. So you guys do have to check it out, because they just made like a Spotify thing. So you can listen to them right now.
Okay.
And the second is
you go.
Yeah, for me is the Shaders. The Shader is from the northern Thailand.
Okay.
So we know each other for a long time, and I could see that the vocalist, my brother, he always in the hardcore scene, even he live in the north, but he always show up in the Bangkok and support the scene, support the hardcore always. So the second one is the Shaders from Chiang Mai.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Ole, what about you? It's that classic thing where like, oh, you took one of mine,
that's fine. Is some active band or not active?
Either way, I think it's active bands are obviously important, but I think if there's a huge band that helped inspire, if it wasn't for this band, Whispers wouldn't exist. I think that's worth mentioning as well.
It's like I can say like high is from Chonburi, is next from the Bangkok. And they do the stuff like a fast thing, like power violence.
They in the holding on too.
Yeah, they in our record too, like holding on record. And I can say like three or 4 band. I can say like quickly.
Oh yeah, just fire them up. I'm not gonna say no, only 2.
I'm gonna say like this: if you like the stuff like power violent, I recommend the high voltage, speed O's. If you like the stuff like beat down, like everything like Whisper, we we recommend the Deepace. And if you like the hardcore thing, like the pure hardcore, I like the Born from Pain, A0, TBPH. This they have like good style with the hardcore, like own style with the hardcore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you like the stuff like Twitching Tongue, like the Tyro Negative, Candle Mass,
New Blood.
yeah.
Okay.
They have the Hell More Fears.
Mm-hmm.
They released the EP, the new EP in like this year's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like y'all have a lot of diversity when it comes to different bands out there. That's very cool.
Actually, even if not music in because we will stay in underground music in Thailand, like our last show, like Inferno, Siam Inferno, last show that we show like in last year's. It's a mix between like a black metal, death metal, brutal death, and hardcore. This never happened like in Thailand before. So because that actually is my first time to see like black metal performance, and I really enjoy with that.
Yeah.
And I see like, oh, Thai people is really cool. They have like awesome thing like So like Buto band, the band name is Eki Moses.
Okay.
The drummer really he banged the drum like crazy, man. If you like Devilman or something like that,
Killers.
Yeah, you can check with the band like that.
Okay.
And yeah.
Well, you know, usually at the end of every episode, I say and mention that all the links to the Whisper stuff and your guys' personals will be in the description. But I think it's worth. I think for this episode specifically, I would like to include as many Thai bands or bands from that we just listed off here. So we'll connect after just to make sure that we can make sure that we get as many links as possible for people to check out, because I think it's cool. Like, you know, it's whether you know, speaking as someone in Western Canada, there's obviously people that know about like certain Canadian bands, whether it's like Comeback Kid or Counterparts or like things like that. But like in the Western side, you know, there's like certain bands that will like really go out and like, you know, have a really killer release that like exposes it. So I think if you're an avid contributor to your scene, you're like shouting out those bands to help, you know, grow the reputation, because it's not just like a not like a one-hit wonder, so to speak, you know?
True.
Yeah. So going back to like you're putting out this EP, you have like homies that are like sending it out to people, and like you're getting, you know, recognition from people that inarguably you guys probably like look up to as far as like liking their bands or just what they're about. At this point in time, you haven't gone out like to America or played really outside of that pocket, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were just showing like Asian, Southeast Asian.
Mm-hmm.
That far. That really far. I can't go. Yeah.
Right. Well, I saw that like you guys like did a trip to Japan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And again, like, you know, we're talking about these things and we're like, oh, these are, you know, you guys are neighbors, but like you still have to get on a plane and fly to go play those shows.
Yeah. Amazing show in Japan for us. Because actually they have the big fest in Japan. Yeah. Like Butt X Festival.
Every year.
Yeah. In every years, I go on 2018 and 2019 for the audience. In that time, I just audience in that.
Right.
And I just making joke like it's gonna be like awesome if I do my band can show here one time or something like that, and we make it happen, man.
Right.
I'm just like ordinary kid, and we have a dreams, and that we make come true. Is like it's like a big thing for us.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We never accept about the like we writing the music, and that music can bring us to Japan, to Malaysia, to Singapore, and be next to like Taiwan or Indonesia. I never accept that, and we really like we have to say thanks to everyone to support us by any way like that, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's very cool to be able to like dream of playing a place and then getting to finally realize that with any project, because at the end of the day, most bands don't get those like crazy opportunities like that. So you want to be grateful for that for sure.
Yes.
It's very good experience for us, I think. Yeah, before going to many countries, I think Japan is the
best.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know if like you probably, even if it was on the books, you probably couldn't say either way, but like what, like, are you guys trying to get to play either somewhere in the States or like somewhere in North America or even going all the way out to Europe? Is that on the horizon, or do you think like, that the craziest opportunity would need to show itself to be able to make that happen?
The things, okay, I explain like this. As Thai people, like us, we not form like a good family. I don't blame with that, but we can't. Even the visa, we it's really hard for us,
right?
Because it's they have like to like payment or something like with the bank, like how to say that? I don't know how to say it. It's about the money thing in your bank account.
Even in the cost of living, it's very hard.
It's really hard. The ticket flight, think about that.
Yeah.
That is a is a big deal. We show in the North America or Canada or Europe. We want to go there, man.
Yeah. I know what you mean as far as the working visa is concerned, because like as a Canadian, like we're like I could drive down to play a show in the States like in one day if I really wanted to. Like that's how close to the like a American like scene that I could go to. Like it's plausible. It's the red tape and all the government stuff of like, are you making money? And it's like, well, yes, but like just enough to pay for gas, like it's like pennies compared to like any like person that's on the radio that's doing that. So which is crazy too, because like an American band to come up to Canada, it's like they don't have any of those issues. So like aside from the obvious costs as far as like having to fly somewhere to play a handful of shows, like having something on top of that like really makes it hard for bands either from Canada or Thailand to even get a shot at doing all that.
So I hope one day we figure it out and make it happen. So I think it's
I can promise that there are fans, obviously, of your band who are listening to, and then there's one crazy motherfucker who's like, okay, what, how can I rally the money together to make this happen? And maybe not this year, but maybe a year to come, because, I think, especially for an international band, I think having that opportunity to play outside of your country, and I know that, going to Japan and some of those things, but being able to play where hardcore started, where it's in like it's undoubtedly like the hotbed of like the scene right now. Like all like I've heard from other international bands, like especially when they're first starting out, they're kind of like looking at the New York hardcore era and like trying to replicate some of those things or taking a lot of inspiration from that at the very least. So I got to I've been to a few festivals in the States, but my band got to play in the States like for the first time ever last year, and that was like a huge momentous thing. And again, that was like such a going around certain things to try to avoid the visa stuff. But it's like if you're wanting to play shows more often, it's better just to like be able to sleep at night knowing that like, okay, we've done all the work, we've spent all the money to be able to do this, and we don't have to worry about it. But it's really hard. So I'm right there with you guys when it comes to feeling the struggle. But for you guys, it's that and then some, because you're literally on the other side of the world.
I'm actually this year's we we have the plan to reschedule on Europe tour or something, but we the as we say is
Yeah.
about the cost and about the visa,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we can't say
Yeah.
anything about that.
Yeah.
So we just back and follow on our new song and in like Asian tour something, yeah, with like that.
Right.
Because now for us is we focus on to making more
Yeah.
new musics now.
Yeah.
Because like two guys, like even he have to do like to working like company, so we don't have like a matching time to do like a Patrick's or making new musics. We want to like making song like a jamming now, because we believe in each other to like we love the atmospheres when we play it together. So
Mhm.
I think
So
so that's why it's we took too long to making more music like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I'm really excited of what's to come, because that EP is like is so flawless in my opinion. It's like I've listened to it front to back and there's no boring sections for me.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And same goes for like the new single that you put out as well. Like, you know, if I could listen to like your you know, your Spotify discography like front to back, like it's very easy for me to do so. So before we talk about like new music and what's on the horizon, what sparked like, you know, like we said at the beginning, like we've been trying to set up this podcast up for a long time, but what like was like, okay, this needs to happen, is seeing you guys play in a square walking street in the middle of Bangkok, and seeing the photos and the video today. I was like, holy fucking shit. Because
Yeah.
going back to one of those things we talked about earlier, as far as the DIY things, that's as DIY as it gets. So talk to me about that for those that, you know, haven't seen the photos or don't understand exactly what we're referring to here.
At first I gonna say like this. Is like after we cooperate Gap. Gap is the guy who like he know like a lot of promoters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like promoters they want Whisper to show in that place like Siam in the on the Lord on the Square Lord.
the public show.
Yeah, it's our first public show.
Yeah.
And for me in that pace is not like our pace, you know what I mean? It's not like our pace.
Not
It's
at
like
all.
if you go to on YouTube and you see and you're searching about the Siam street blood or something, you can see like they have like a K-pop, they have like a rock band.
Okay, so they do this. This isn't like we just rolled up with our shit and set up and go. This is like they do it kind of regularly, and somehow
Yes.
someone, you know, convinced them to do it for Whispers.
A creative like for young generation to make more creative, like to do the different thing like that, to
Right.
singing like that. And Gap he got like, hey, someone want to like bring the Whisper to that Siam stage show, and we just make a joke like, what happened with that? It's like we never accept about that, and like, do you
Fuck?
think it's gonna cool or not? Because we worry about like, because we know in our show some people gonna do like mosh pit or do something like violent thing, and we really worry about the security guard, like, oh, they gotta understand or not like that.
Right.
And-
Yeah. You want to make sure that no one's like thinking that the violence of the mosh pit is like criminal.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like, no, this is a part of the culture. This is how we do
Yeah.
it.
I can say, yo, no worry about that. They have some people they take care about the show, so no worry about that.
Mhm.
In that day, we have like three or four band to show in that time, and Whisper and D-Pace, we have to share the timing together because we have 30 last minute, and we split like 15 minutes for the band. So we just like go there and enjoy. We never know before like a lot of people they're gonna come. Like innocent people, like they walk past there, because our like the first band that played on that day is like a pop rock music band.
Oh, okay.
Like and
So wait.
listening
How many bands played? I guess like this show with you guys.
the whole band, I think.
4?
On one stage.
Yeah.
4 on
Yeah.
one stage. Okay. Yeah.
On one stage, and
We got like 5 stages.
yeah, it's a lot. It's like a many state on that street, but we got like a big crowd on our set.
Mhm.
So we have like one band is a pop rock band, and the next band is Yugoslavia. It's like they play like a masscore.
Okay.
Yeah, and us whispers and deep praise. Yeah.
Okay. So,
For me, it's the time to do that.
Oh,
so
yes. It was wild to see, like, you know, the photos, and I googled, like, I'm like, I gotta figure out exactly like where this takes me. I'm like, this is the most downtown area that you can imagine. Like, literally, if you type in your city, it felt like if you typed in your city's name and like whatever the Google point is, and it drops it like right in the downtown sphere or wherever it says. I'm like, that's where you guys played when it comes to Bangkok. It felt like, yeah,
that's right.
yeah. And especially like seeing the photos where it's like huge skyscrapers with giant like LED like advertisements and just like wild imagery. And Ole, as you were saying, like, you know, there's like at the time of when you guys played, are there still like lots of people like going out and shopping and going around?
We seen like a lot the new coming up people come on to the show because it's a free show. It's a free show.
Oh, okay, free show. Yeah.
We see a lot of people, like some people they come from like American scene, like young people. They just inviting like young people to the show because it's a free show.
Mm-hmm.
And I see we got like a crazy crowd to enjoy our song, and that is really crazy, you know.
And and that day I thought that someone couldn't understand what
we do.
Yeah, and so
some people they record the video,
right,
and they try talking on the Twitters and TikTok.
Right. Well, that was the way I saw it. It was just spreading what it was. I was like sitting at home in Canada, like, again, probably with the time difference, it was probably like, you know, the early morning for me, and I'm like just waking up. I'm like, am I seeing this right? Is Whispers just like playing in some downtown square and like it's kosher and it's chill? Like, it was wild to see. But yeah, it's like, Mike, as the vocalist, I'm sure, because, you know, other people are playing the riffs or doing the drums, but you're like looking out at people. Were you seeing anyone who was like maybe a bystander on the side who was like just confused as what they were witnessing?
I saw it. Yeah, and then I got back to the music because if I forgot to the long time, I still confused.
Right. Yeah, if you were, you know, getting entranced by the confused face, it's gonna throw you off. So you just like had to jump back into it. But that's always funny to me, to be able to play to someone, and for a moment you can look and they're just like, what in the actual fuck is going on right now?
And then I thought that, fuck that. Yeah, I will do it. I will do it.
Yeah. Can I tell you guys a very quick story when it comes to just very confused people getting exposed to hardcore? I played in a band called Extract from Canada here, and we piggybacked off of a couple shows that members of that band who were playing in another band called Burn Your World. They were kind of doing like a New York, New Jersey kind of run and then going back up to Canada. So we kind of drove down and met up with them, and we played in a coffee shop and the show was like terribly promoted. It sounded like it was going to be sold out. There was going to be a ton of people, but literally no one showed up. So we were in this coffee place, literally just playing to our friends who were on tour with us, and there was there was a moment because the coffee shop was still open, so
Oh,
there
yeah.
was so like literally like we're mid breakdown. I'm doing like the chugs and I see like a very normie looking like white couple that comes in. They look like they're on like their Friday date night or whatever. And they come in, they open the door and they're like, "Oh shit, what have we walked into?" Cuz you see fucking like 3 people like, doing the fucking, reaching for all the groceries. And they like scooted, like they still committed to making the most of their date night. They like scooted to the counter, they ordered their coffees, and then they like ran out, it felt like. But like that's it. Like I watched it all happen while I was playing, and I could not help but think like, what is going through their head like right now? And I'm sure like they're somewhere and they will never hear this on a or like hear it on a podcast ever, but I'm sure they've told that story to multiple people at like Thanksgiving or Christmas, being like, yeah, we went out one day and there was people fucking, there was like ninjas or something playing to like screamo music. I don't know what happened, but it was
Yeah,
yeah.
even Thai people, they just thought like we fighting each other.
Yeah.
Like
It's just a street brawl.
because in Thailand, it's like they have like a young generation. No, it's like this. It's like a rival school. Yeah, like rival school fighting is happen oftentimes in Thailand.
Okay.
And when they see something like the cow like Mosh pit like that, they think, oh, they fight each other like level school. It's level school
Oh, I
something like.
see. Yeah. You're like
But
kind of, but not really.
a lot of the hardcore kids they try to like comment on the like that. It's like, oh, please don't have like own traditional. We are new people. We not fight each other. We making peace. We just enjoy to like heavy music
Mhm.
and just egg pit like Mosh pit like that.
Because we were on the news.
Yes, I saw that. I don't know if it was you, Ole, or Gap. I think might have been on the
Okay,
news.
it's Gap.
Yeah.
It's Gap.
Mass media news.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Even my mom,
yeah.
my aunt and my mom. I'm just sleeping on that time, and he just woke me up and hey, Ole, why your music is public on the news like that? What is what? It's on the news, and she showed me the video like, hell no, it's gonna be sure.
My mom too.
Yeah, it's after that. It's like everyone like some of our core friends. They don't listen to the hardcore music. They thought like we are going famous.
Right.
But no. Listen, if you say hardcore famous, just the hardcore music,
Right. Yes. We don't want hardcore famous
Like-
as a hardcore famous is a very weird term, but there are people who are theoretically hardcore famous. Like when I think of people who are hardcore famous, I think of like like Taylor and Colin Young. Like those guys have been doing so many bands. They have great bands now. Like, Colin's doing Hardlore. Taylor's like recording every dope band under the sun. But again, I'm sure if I said, Colin, you are hardcore famous, he would be like, no, like let's X-nay that.
It's totally different from famous rock famous thing. You know?
Yes, totally. I think like hardcore famous is just like you're actually just getting recognized for like the cool shit that you're doing versus like there's very few famous people that know any people in hardcore. There are a few, but like it's very slim.
I can say like even the new people come to the show, we're making friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not we're not like a rock star,
Right.
But like I just know like some young people like 17 or 18 people. We and my just 28. I'm we 28 and just because of that kid make me thinking back when I was like 17. I'm just like it's feel like yeah same. When I see like hardcore band in that time and see like oh they're really cool, they're awesome.
Right.
So I told all the kid is like no, we just ordinarily
Yeah.
same as you.
Yeah.
All this thing happened to me when I was you.
Right.
Same as
Yeah.
yeah.
No, and that's a really good attitude to have because, like, again, like I'm saying all these things about Colin, but like, you know, I've been able to have him on the podcast, and like I've met Taylor in person, and they're just like regular, you know, just chill dudes, and but they love hardcore music, and I think what's really cool about that show is like obviously it was like a really cool opportunity for you guys to be able to do that, but like I say this all the time on the podcast now, especially recently, but like I think hardcore bands need to realize when they play a show that's as cool as that, or something that's just like, you know, maybe just a random local show, is that that could be someone's intro into all of this. It could be like their first hardcore show, and if they have that crazy experience where like they're seeing all these people pit and stage dive and like grab the mic and the bands are just on point, like that could just be a Wednesday, you know, show or whatever, or it's just like a regular show for people like you or I, where we've been going to shows for a long ass time. But that person could have, if they have a great experience in 10 years time, they could be starting the next whispers of their scene, you know, and then I'm having them on the podcast and we're talking about that. So that's always the thing that I try to remind myself is like never to approach a show that it's like, oh, I just have to like get through this because like we took this local show and it's kind of whatever. Like I always think about there might be one person in the room here where it's their first time, and I want them to be like so obsessed with this shit as I am when I first, you know, was going to a show. Like special show or not, like I think every show is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For me too.
Yeah. It's like that's that I think for me that's why a lot of people love us because we making friends and we don't have like a gap
Yeah.
from like artist to like audience or a fan or thing like that. We don't
Right.
have gap like we just try to unite these to like share every others like share the new musics or share like all kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's very cool to see, and you know the show obviously speaks for itself. I wanna plug the dude that filmed that set because that's always like a thing. In addition to this podcast, I also film bands. So when I hear about like people talking about cool like show stories, I'm like, is there like did someone archive that? Did someone film it? And I'm just trying to find that set that they filmed. I was watching it today, so I just want to be able to pull that and plug the channel. Just give me.
Sorry.
Okay, so Pale Sites on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if they're like a regular like filming a lot of different shows. Oh, it seems like yeah, they're on it. They've filmed you guys a few times. High Voltage, who you mentioned a little earlier. Depressed, Cruelty. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So yeah, shout out to Pale Sites. Keep doing what you're doing because archiving shows is important. So guys, we're kind of like ending towards the close, but you know, as far as what's on the horizon for Whispers, you know, we've talked about a few things. You guys are focusing on writing new music. Anything that you want to share for fans of the band when it comes to like what people can expect in Whispers for 2023?
Okay.
Oh shit.
Actually, we should if we done by the pen that we have that the pen that we done, it's like we have to making like 8 songs for this years like that.
Okay.
Like and we hopefully because he have now he have the new job now and I think it's gonna be hard to find like matching time, so maybe we have to like adapting about the on the working on the making more music maybe we should making more adapting. Like we should to find something more to make it easier to making like new music like that.
Right.
So
New process of
yeah,
working.
for us it's really hard because you know Nalokbani is like when we release that and everyone stoked with that is feel like a little bit pressure to us like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, this year you gonna get like one EP.
Yeah, maybe we have one EP
Yeah,
because
more
we want
EP, for sure.
we want to
this
do
year.
like LP, but
Yeah,
we try to collect more songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
and many stops that
Yeah,
touring,
yeah,
merchandise,
yeah.
EP,
Split. Yeah, we have
split,
split. Yeah.
split LP, and yeah,
We hopefully in this year we
Yeah.
can do all the
pan, yeah.
on the pen like
As
that.
a fan of your band, I'm for all of those things. So,
Thanks, man.
of course. So guys, this has been a really fun and educational conversation when it comes to, you know, stuff that's happening in Thailand, as well as just like getting to chat with two awesome dudes who love hardcore. So the last question that I ask everyone before we start to wrap up is a favorite Mosh related story that they would like to share. So that's anything that's like the first thing to your head. It could be funny, it could be violent, it could be something you did or something that happened to you. We started, you know, some of the podcasts with Mike. So Ole, you'll tell your story first, and then Mike, you'll end us off.
Yeah. Water.
Favorite March, right?
Favorite
Yeah.
Mosh pit?
Anything pit story or anecdote wise is.
พอแถมเนี่ยเรื่องเนี้ย
Oh, I got a scarf like
Oh,
the
is that
wood,
right down your hand?
like, it's all like this.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. This
It looks like you could be Spider-Man shooting webs out of that.
No way, man. It's like, man, it's so it's really hurt for me, man.
Yeah.
In that time, even this happened to me in that time, I still making joke because and a lot of people say like, Ole, it's serious, man. It's serious. You have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, we go to hospital. And because in the show, I think TBPS show.
Yeah.
And someone he drinking the beers, and then he throw on the floor, and he don't clean everything. So I just enjoy the mosh pit, and then I just slip
Yeah.
on the beer. That
Oh,
and then I down like this, my hand down like this, bam,
I see.
on the ground. And when I flop my hand like this, and the butt came to my face like
Oh
that.
wow. Okay.
Toilet and try to clean everything by the waters, and I feel like, oh, it's hurt,
Yeah.
it's hurt. And when I go to the toilet, my butt everywhere. That's
Yeah.
why
You had a deep
Well-
cut. It was like, oh shit. Yeah. That is serious.
I had
Yeah.
to recovery for 6 months into like
Oh really?
I can't move this for 6 months. I have to like this, stay like this for
Yeah,
6
you were
months.
in a cast or a sling or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Man, that's scary.
that's scary.
Yeah. That's
Okay, you can drink on the show,
scary.
but when you broke it, please clean it, man. Please.
Right. Well, it's very man, it's I do agree that it's like it's a shame that someone just is being I don't want to discredit because again, it's like when you're overtaken by the music, sometimes you
Yeah.
just don't think about some, you know, I'm sure you guys have seen the video of the dude during the Chisel after show set where they're covering King 9 and he throws the TV. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like it's the same thing. Now there's a bunch of broken glass, and now like people might run into a similar situation. But that video is fucking amazing. So it becomes the catch-22. But I do agree that if there's shout out to anyone who sees those things, then they act immediately on like getting a broom, getting a mop, like just trying to like minimize those kind of things because yeah, like someone could be someone like Ole could be pitting hell hard as fuck, and then they're slipping and falling and having to be in a sling for 6 months. So, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go for mod pit.
The scar is dope. I will say the scar is dope.
I just see again. I got like 11, no, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13 or 12.
Oh,
Stitching.
13 or 12 stitches.
Yeah.
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 That's crazy. All right, Mike. What
I got like more 20 inside.
Oh, you have multiple inside.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But you've been able to make a full recovery, like, or are you a little?
At time, I really hopefully I can still go back to play the guitar. I always ask doctor like, I can still play the guitar, and he said like, yeah, you can, but you have to recoveries like this. Yeah, do something like stitching straight like this.
Yeah.
I can't do like hold something like heavy with my right hand. I can't do that much. So that's why I have to keep my left hand still alive.
Got you.
To carry this thing. Yeah.
So my story is not as cool as yours, but I have. Let me see. Let me try to get the light to. So I have a scar.
Oh damn, man.
That kind of. You just kind of see that right on like the top of my finger. Mine's not as cool. I just like was an idiot and I was like swinging my arm in my my room when I was a kid to like some Mosh song, and I like I essentially punched a glass covering of a light, and this was like it was up, and I could see, and what ended up happening is I cut my. Yeah, I had to do stitches, but the tendon in my finger, I cut it, so I could only lift this finger like that high.
Okay.
So it's very same thing for you. I was like, am I gonna be able to play guitar? Like that was the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh shit, like, you know, I'm gonna have to become a lefty or like whatever the fuck. So so I had to do the same thing. I had surgery to reconnect the tendon, but then I had to do like the arm stretches. Like I'm sure you know exactly. You're doing this, and then you're doing that. Yeah. So I did the exact same thing. I think it was like a few.
I'm almost to lost the sting. That I don't know hamstring or not. Like the sting inside that, the doctor me like it's really close to it's cut to really close. So if that cut, I have to recover it for 1 year.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to cut. It's like the 6 months like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think I really dodged a bullet there, but again, it was like the very first thing I thought about was can I play guitar? Can I still do music? Yeah. It's been, and it's funny too because it's like I have made a full recovery, but there was an aspect where I had to really build up the stamina, and I do think that like, you know, even me just kind of messing around, like it's not buzzing right now, but I can like I'm aware of it. So as like that's my main strumming, it's like I think I've like really had to like dial in like the really like fast shit and like, you know, the down picking. So yeah, it's very funny that we've had very similar things, but yours was just more cool because you were pitting at a show and I was just pitting in my bedroom like an idiot.
I have to spend like a lot of hours to do like down picking.
Right.
Because I think I know this is only way to recover my hand.
Right.
Yeah. Down picking, I do a lot with down picking. At first, when I do the down picking, it feel like you can handle that much.
Right.
When you do like feel like 1 minute, feel like oh I can't do it no more. You feel like that. When I feel hurt, I'm not feel hurt from this. I feel hurt from this.
Right. Yeah.
Same thing.
Because you're not just doing your wrist; you're trying to do your whole hand. Yeah.
It's like something. It feel like wrong. Yeah. Like that. Really bad, but I almost cry for that, man. I almost cry.
Okay. Well, Mike, do you have a cool like recovery mosh story, or do you have something totally different for us?
That not
I
happen.
wouldn't, I wouldn't wish
Then-
that on you at all, my friend.
Yeah.
For me,
I, I actually I have the fun story. It's not fun. Actually, it's not fun for others, but yeah, it's fun for me. It's like Stephen from Kickback.
I don't know him personally, but I'm aware of his band. Yeah.
One time he had the letters. The leather. Letters? Oh wait. Let me check.
I'm like,
This is a cool.
okay.
My. Wait. Sorry.
No, that's all good. We're waiting in anticipation. Oh, ladders. Oh, okay. Yes.
Stephen, he swing these ladders on the show.
What?
Yeah, that's why we really scared when we in the show, that we really scared. Stephen come to the show or not? If he come, we gotta stay away.
Right.
From the
Right.
yeah.
He's a ladder mosher. Okay.
Yeah, like that.
I get that. Yeah. Okay, Mike. Take us home with your mosh story.
For me, it's on 2019 in Japan. Yeah, I went to see Marauder. Yeah, Marauder.
In the tiny room.
And yeah, that's one. And yeah, the first show is like the big venue and a very big fast that we show on the first day in Japan.
Yeah.
So and after show on 2019 after show after show, right?
Yeah, it's after the show.
We went to like a small town.
And
the venue is very small one.
I think it's the same size with the rooms like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's really tiny.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Marauder.
Marauder. I think we pack like 100 people inside the rooms.
Yeah, and I mosh and I take a break to beat.
Making beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a bloody nose?
Cannot beat.
Yeah, we cannot be inside the rooms.
Yeah.
We see some people. they do like this, like a Spider-Man. Like they climb to the wall like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's very small.
man, it's really tiny thing, man. But
yeah. Because it's so packed, I'm sure, that like someone swinging an arm is not hitting one person; it's hitting 3 people at the same time.
But everyone enjoy in the show, right?
Like that. Yeah.
Wow.
For me, it's like first time experience to mosh pit in the
tiny room like that.
Yeah.
And oversee mosh pit. So yeah, I enjoy a lot to mosh with the guy, and then we making a friend, and I think it's cool time for me.
Yeah. So had a blast, but didn't come unscathed. It sounded like it doesn't sound like anyone in a pit that small would come unscathed, especially if Marauder is the one cultivating the violence.
After that, we meet George Marauders. And he have the good advice for us about to do the thing to do the bands like that. Like if you love something that you enjoy with that, just put it away and let's go with that. Just enjoy with that. Yeah. And we just can't believe like he looked like he looked like old now, but he still have the energy like that.
Right.
Yeah, he's really sweet.
He's a really nice guy.
It's really something when you see a new kid who just has that fire, but it's also equally as cool in my opinion when you see someone who's like, you have been through the fucking trenches of the hardcore scene for 10 plus years and you were still pitting for all the bands, you were still going off, you were still doing bands. It's really cool to see people with gray hair who are like screaming into a mic or like, doing shit. So, guys, this has been such a fun convo with you. I'm really happy that we finally got to make it happen. All the Whispers links and your guys' links will be in the description and in the show notes, as well as all the Bangkok bands that we talked about. Anything you want to end on, anything you want to shout out, or anything you want to send the people off with? The floor is yours, guys.
Okay. we want to say thanks to everyone who buy to our merch, who buy our CDs,
Buy the
ticket
tickets.
to ticket to support to the local show or support us. We want to thanks.
Yeah.
If we don't want all you guys, we can't stay on this point.
Yeah.
And this is really important.
Yeah.
Whisper is for the people. Same. Whisper is the people. Is you guys. That's why we want to bring our music to your country or anywhere and making you to come to the show and enjoy with us.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Whisper is for the people.
Yeah.
So I want the people to come to enjoy the Whisper show or the local hardcore show in Thailand or wherever. So and I hope we can do like a more make more friends
around the world.
the worldwide hardcore, Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope one day
We
like
can
the Asian band can
make it more.
can make hardcore great again. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I love to see I love to see bands from all over the world internationally, whether that's Canadian, European, or out in Asia, get the love that because a band like you guys has to work twice as hard to even get a fraction of the recognition from a band. And I would argue that when I hear a new hardcore band or any artist, I'm all like, it's very easy to be like, where's this band from? And at least for me, when I hear, oh, they're from LA or they're from New York or they're from Florida, that to me is it, like, the music is still sick, but like I always love hearing, oh, this band's from Bangkok, this band's from Scotland, this band's from Canada. So I always love to see bands like you guys in other parts of the world break through the noise and be able to give that love back to the scene. Guys, this has been really, really fun. If you haven't left yet, please go listen to Whispers. Maybe there will be one day where you guys can come through Canada and we can play some shows together. That would be very, very sick. And thank you again for coming on the pod.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone. Thank you for support us.
Yeah.
Yes.